Yo, what is up, YouTube? So today I want to talk about, should you pull the upcoming banner characters Seiun Sky Ballroom Edition and Fuji Kiseki, as well as a support card banner that's coming up, which will feature Sirius Symboli SSR Wit card and Symboli Rudolf SSR Stamina card. If this is helpful to you, make sure you like and subscribe. As well, use code MAMBO for 10% off your gamer subs. Let's get right into it. So, Seiun Sky Ballroom Edition. Very cool Umamusume and very strong too, okay? Not just a solid Oshi pick. I think she is very strong. The reason why, the stat growths are okay. We got 8% speed, 8% power, 14% guts. Okay, she is Seiun Sky at the end of the day. Medium long A. You could build her for miles, so she's perfectly easy to raise on, Track Blazer, I would say. You have mostly wanting to be a front runner. Her unique skill is pretty good, but only on specific tracks. If positioned toward the front on a straight late race, increase velocity with high spirits. If the straight is on the backstretch, also increase acceleration very slightly. So, what does that mean? Basically, it's kind of similar to Kita-san Black. So the current CM that's happening right now, is Hanshin 3200 meter inner to outer. And if you look at the second lap, the late race, you see like in a typical real horse race, okay, the crowd is going to be where the finish line is, right? Where the finish mark. And so the backstretch, right? The further sort of straight is going to be the backstretch, is going to be the activation condition for not only Kita-san Black, but for Seiun Sky Ballroom, okay? And so if the back straight, if the late race has a backstretch, essentially, and it has to be on the straight, she has to be top 2, then she will get a burst of acceleration. It is weaker than most skills, but it's still a burst of acceleration alongside a burst of speed. Very good skill. Very, very good skill when that activation condition works, when that trigger is active. However, if there is like no backstretch, if it's just a late race and you're on a straight, so you can't be on a corner, okay? If the late race is on a corner, basically it's kind of like straightaway spurt, but at the same time, not really, because there's no acceleration. If late race starts and you have a straight, you're top 2, you only get a speed boost, which is not very useful because that only raises your cap speed. It doesn't give you the means or the acceleration to get there. So very good skill when the conditions and triggers apply, but it's just fairly specific. It is a very good skill when that happens though. And I would also say that as a parent, she's pretty good. Very similar to Kita-san Black. And if you have Kita-san Black, then I wouldn't say like, oh, you must pull for this character. No one must pull for this character. But if you don't have Kita-san Black, you want like a good frontrunner skill to inherit for these longer distance tracks. Usually longer distance tracks have this backstretch on a straight, okay? Then Seiun Sky is pretty good for that, but definitely not must pull by any means. Spring Runner, we have Rosy Outlook, some healing over here. We have fast pace, pretty good skill. Leader's Pride is a very good frontrunner skill. Escape Artist is amazing frontrunner skill. Early lead is a good one too. Unfortunately, there's no taking the lead. And there's no groundwork, so like Valentine Mihono Bourbon is still really good as a frontrunner. This one though is, yeah, there's just no taking the lead. But we do have Top Runner, and Top Runner is the gold version of Leader's Pride. It's also a new skill. I don't think any card, any Umamusume really has this, but it's a pretty decent skill. I would say overall, Seiun Sky does what she wants to do. She just needs, groundwork. She would like taking the lead, but it's not really important, because she does have early lead, right? The problem with this Uma inherently is the fact that she cannot inherit angling and scheming. Just thinking about it right now. Yeah. That's probably the biggest flaw of Ballroom Seiun Sky, is that she cannot inherit angling and scheming. But on the tracks where angling and scheming is bad, she will be good. So there you go. All right. That is Seiun Sky in a nutshell. Solid Oshi pick. 10 out of 10. Okay. You can take a look at her animations. Let's take a look. If she's her own grandparent, yes, you can. My bad. but you also receive like no affinity from it. Yeah, she's breaking it down. I like how they retranslated her skill. In English, I guess it's gonna be localized as break it down. That's a lot better than do ya breakin' or do ya breakin'. I think it's probably do ya break. I don't know. And Fuji Kiseki, success. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce that. That's crazy. Ballroom edition. Very, very pretty dress. I like this version of Fuji Kiseki. I liked the original version more, but after looking at her animations, which we'll take a look at in a bit, I think you will enjoy her. You have 8% speed, 14% power, 8% wit. Pretty nice stat growths, all in all. Like, sometimes power is a problem to build, and having 14% power with speed, with wit, like, what else could you really ask for, right? Short, mild, medium, she has the babe distance aptitudes, and so she's typically going to be like a triple tiara runner for your track blazer runs. She wants to be a pace chaser, but she can be built for a front or a late surger. Her unique skill, I think, is pretty good, but someone pointed out this to me earlier, and it's basically like Biwa Haihida's unique skill. The only difference is that I believe they get 1 more second of duration, but Fuji Kiseki gets a greatly speed boost. Okay, a greatly speed boost is pretty good. It happens on the final corner when you are overtaking someone and you're in the top 4. Okay, and as far as the inherit goes, that's pretty fine too, because you know it's a greatly skill, so you're getting 25 speed boost. And yeah, I would say this is a pretty good, decent skill, and it works on mile and it works on long distance tracks, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, whenever the final corner doesn't begin the late race, doesn't begin the acceleration. So essentially just like not Tokyo Yushun, I believe, right? If we take a look at like Tokyo, we look at this one, like you see how the late race starts on the final corner, pretty much, right? This skill would not be as good because you get that speed boost. It's actually, the late race starts right before the final corner, which is unfortunate for this skill. So I would say for mile distance tracks, for certain long distance tracks, when the final corner is either before late race or well into or after the late race, this skill really shines. As far as her other skills, mile corners, very good. Prepare to pass, very good. You have Speed Star as well, the gold version. She has built-in head-on. Built-in head-on, which is the random acceleration for Pace Chaser, which is very good, and usually only accessible via certain cards, like no one's running the special week. And Mayona Top Gun is good, but she's kind of like, she's an okay speed card, and like you would have to borrow her. Everyone else has head-on as part of their events, not built into their awakening skills. So the fact that it's just given to her is kind of nice. It's just one other acceleration skill that kind of makes her overall a more consistent character as you give her other acceleration skills, obviously. Tantalizing Trick, I believe this is like just bad. Yeah, you are only draining the stamina for anyone that has was rushed behind you. So this, never get this. It is absolutely horrible. Other than that, Shrewd Step is not that great because it's only acceleration when you move. So it's all right, right? Mile Corners, though, Prepare to Pass, Speed Star. The fact she has built-in head-on, I think she's a very fantastic runner. I think she's a pretty good parent when the conditions apply, obviously. And a greatly speed boost is nice. So definitely a very solid Oshi pick, right? I definitely think, though, Fuji Kiseki, I might be rolling this myself. I do want the ballroom. I would like the outfit. And I also think she's, in many ways, a better runner than the actual Fuji Kiseki. Because having a final corner, I mean, it's different, right? It's a final corner speed boost versus a final straight speed boost. She does have a heal here. But the fact that we have Speed Star, we have Head On. Head On, just having this is kind of just really, really nice, I think. It is a random acceleration skill, but it's just nice to have to layer on your other acceleration skills. But yeah, take a look at her animation. Damn, look at her nails too. Crazy. She goes in a transformation. She transforms from her original outfit to this one. So you're getting a 2-for-1 deal, okay? You're getting the original outfit and the ballroom outfit. I mean, what more can you really ask for, right? Moving on. We have Sirius Symboli SSR support card. This is a wit card, okay? And after taking a look at her, she has like a good selling point, legitimately. Her unique effect is not very good. Gain friendship bonus 3 every time you do friendship training with this card, up to 5 times for a total of 15. Note that it means friendship training, as in like the rainbow friendship training. So only after the 5th time do you get an additional 15% friendship bonus, which means you'll have a 30% friendship bonus at base, but that's after you've done 5 friendship trainings with this card. The problem with this is that during like making new track blazer, you're not really doing that much friendship training, right? You're doing a lot more racing. So when does this get online? It's kind of hard to say, right? It's very hard. You do have speed bonus. At 1 limit break, you have whip bonus. And at maximum break, you'll have 10% race bonus. 45, you'll have 5% race bonus. So she is a track blazer card. Like, you could play her in track blazer, but it's definitely not a must pull. I would definitely just look to borrow her, okay? Even though, like, these stats, they're kind of like whatever, right? It's nothing really amazing. What is amazing is her skill that she provides that is totally new. This is a new skill. We have Take the Chance and From the Brink. And if we take a look at From the Brink, what it is it's an acceleration skill unique to medium distance tracks. You have to be fourth place or below, right? 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. And it happens on the first half of the late race. So it's a random acceleration, but it's constraining it to the first half of the late race, which means the activation for it is very good. And on a medium distance track, you can't even use it on long distance tracks. That is pretty solid. That is very like consistent, I would say. And it's a huge burst of acceleration. 1.8 seconds is pretty standard, right? So From the Brink, I would say, is a very good acceleration skill. Unfortunately, just for a very niche use case. I would consider borrowing this card from a whale, absolutely, when the conditions apply. From the Brink sounds like a very good acceleration skill, and that's pretty much what I would borrow it for. The stat stick stats on it aren't that bad, though. Like, you also have a speed bonus as well, with 10% race bonus. So she is a good whale card to borrow when the conditions apply, yet again. She also has a very similar chain event to Kaden-chan's SSR Wit card, in that her first chain event gives you the option to bail out of her chain events and just get playtimes over, which is very good. Playtimes over is a huge, very, very good velocity skill. So I would say that she's a very, very good borrow card. I would personally, she needs so much investment just to get this race bonus, and you definitely want to get like maximum break. It's very expensive, and for such a niche skill, I wouldn't like put any money towards this card really myself. I would borrow it, you know, I would definitely borrow it. Moving on, we have Symboli Rudolf SSR stamina card, and this card is not very good. Gain initial stat up 10, where stat is the type of card for every card in your support deck. So if you have like 3 speed cards, you'll get initial speed of 30. This card itself will provide initial stamina of 10. It's a stamina card though, right? And so the question is, does it have a heal? And the answer is, not really. It has soft step. It does have the Symboli Rudolf trademark, like abundance of debuffs. You have all the subdueds here. You have Tether, which is really nice. But as a stamina card with no heal, with, you know, kind of subpar stat stick, right? I mean, it's okay. You have friendship bonus 20, train effectiveness 5, but you also have like guts bonus. It's just not a priority whatsoever. Actually, hold on. Oh yeah, stamina does train guts. Yeah, it's just not very good. It is like a 10% race bonus card, so you could do that. But like, where are you borrowing a stamina card that doesn't provide you a gold heal? It's kind of tough to say. Burning Soul is a medium velocity skill. When engaged in a challenge mid-pack, mid-race, moderately recover endurance and moderately increase velocity. I believe this is the first skill of its kind in global at the moment. It gives you a burst of speed, as well as it gives you a heal that is somewhere in between a gold heal and a white heal, which is like kind of whatever. I would say this is a hard skip. I wouldn't even really borrow this card, or it would not be in my consideration. Sirius Symboli would absolutely be in my consideration when running a medium track, and I believe Ares Cup just got announced. So that's on Nakayama Turf Medium. That sounds like a pretty good one. Like, it's a shorter medium distance track. That means the timing for From the Brink is shorter as well. And so its effectiveness is even higher, I believe, right? So From the Brink, I think is a very good skill. It's a very, very good skill. Sirius Symboli is a whale card, and Symboli Rudolf is a total skip. All in all, this banner is a total skip. Guys, if this was helpful to you, make sure to like and subscribe. Use code MAMBO for 10% off your gamer subs. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.